Hello, everyone, and welcome to the body process call for, what is it, March? Are we March? March 2022?
Yes.
Today, body process is elimination and eradication of the embodiment of all past thoughts and emotions. And it's run on the crown and solar plexus, and there's nothing else on the one sheet. So everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the elimination and eradication of the embodiment of all past thoughts and emotions, will you destroy and uncreate all of that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Remember from foundation, when we thoughts, feelings, emotions, sex, and no sex are the lower harmonics of being, knowing, perceiving, and receiving. So with this, you have thoughts, which are the lower harmonic of knowing, and emotions, which are the lower harmonic of being. So keep that in mind while people are, while you're thinking or while you're emoting, you are doing lower harmonics. You are doing finite, not infinite. So everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the elimination and eradication of the embodiment of all past thoughts and emotions, will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Emoting, yes, it's a word. It's like I like it. Everyone's already like, yeah. So everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the elimination and eradication of the embodiment of all past thoughts and emotions, will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what's so valuable about all of your past thoughts and emotions? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. The nice thing is, it's not even just the past thoughts and emotions, it's that you embody them. You are your thoughts and your emotions. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Andrew, I did this process, I think twice or thrice in a body class, but when I got the email, I called my neighbor. So I told her, let's run it on each other. So when she came, she was like, I just want to inform you, I found out that I have herpes, data, and she was panicking and freaking out. She's a doctor. So I took the body process manual and I ran on her another process, and she ran this one on me. When she touched the processes, I ran her process before she ran mine. So it was considered in the past. Awareness of fear, awareness of so my question is it my unwillingness to receive or her unwillingness to receive that fear? Whose is it?
Well, receive fear, what do you mean? Fear is a distractor implant. It's not real.
Yeah, I know, I get that.
Well, then why are you talking about receiving fear?
Something was off when she was running the process. I didn't know what, something. I didn't know.
Oh, so she was running the process and something was off. Well,
Yeah.
when she was running the process, did it bring up all of your thoughts and emotions that are off?
Yeah. Sure.
How much do you use your past thoughts and emotions, like, oh my God, she's not doing it right, or something's off, as a way of rejecting, as a way of not receiving?
Yes. Yes.
Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yeah.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, meons. Please realize when you're doing body process classes or you're getting body processes run, whatever comes up for you is most likely an awareness of what the process is creating, not necessarily something that that's wrong. And what do I mean? Well, if you're getting a body process run and all of a sudden you keep thinking, oh my God, she's doing it right. Oh my God, this isn't right. This, I can't relax, all of those things. Well, how many of those things are past thoughts or emotions that are now being eliminated or eradicated?
When you say that, my body is, thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Yeah. So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. So please keep in mind, like one of the best questions you can ask is for anything coming up is, oh, is this part of the change I've been asking for? Or, oh, is this the change that's being created with the body process?
Yes, because when I was, so for me, whenever I do a body process and some things come up that are not received, so I ask myself, are these clients I'm not willing to receive? Is this a form of money I'm not willing to receive? I always am in that question. No?
Mhm.
Is it?
Sure. But why are you looking at it as something you're not willing to receive?
Why am I looking at it as something I'm not willing to receive? Because if
What
it's
if it is, because what if what if, the only reason you're aware of that is because you are willing to receive? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. You're looking as if, oh, this thing's coming up. There must be some barrier or some wrongness or something that I should change, so I'm not having this point of view or I'm not having this occur. But what if it's only occurring based on your willingness to be, know, perceive, and receive? What if you're just becoming aware of where you have limited yourself in the past, or, the people you've worked on have limited themselves?
what you said feels happier than what I thought. Thank you.
I know, because it's lighter.
Yeah. Thank you.
Please realize what's light is true and what's heavy is a lie. So if you're like, oh, what am I not willing to receive here? But the question isn't creating any lightness, then that's not the direction you want to go in. You want to go towards lightness.
Okay. Thank you. Different. I like it better. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Dr. Sarah.
Hi, we have a question from the Spanish chat, and the question says, is this process designed to break the jail that we have locked ourselves into with the emotions and thoughts from the past, and everything we have made valuable not to be the energy that we are, and to go beyond all the distractor implants and all the thoughts and emotions that we use to limit us? That's the question.
Sure.
See?
I mean, the process is, it has right in the name of elimination and eradication of all thoughts, past thoughts and emotions. So what does that look like? Who knows? Run the process and find out. I'm sure each time you run the process, it's going to be something different.
I have a question from the Portuguese chat. Can I? Hi, Andrew.
Yes, Portuguese.
Yes, thank you. So the participant is asking, is this process
Honey, can you
only
speak
to-
up a little bit louder, please? I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you. Thank you.
Yeah, where is my microphone? Right here. So is this process only to be offered to who already had the 3-day body class, or can I offer it to other people that never had a class?
You can offer it to whoever. It's a one day body body process class. So there's no prerequisites for those. So you can, have whoever you would like. Just ask their body. Other questions? Other thoughts or emotions? Ugh. So what was I going to say? I don't know. So everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the elimination and eradication of the embodiment of all thoughts and emotions, all past thoughts and emotions, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. The nice thing, it's not even your thoughts and emotions, it's all thoughts and emotions. So you get your family's thoughts and emotions, everyone around you's thoughts and emotions. You're a literal thinking and emoting machine. Yes, Albina.
Hendrik, can you say more about, in that case, past? Like, if we go beyond the linear, like, I'm just asking what is past in that sense.
Well, the past is a concept of linearity. So how would you go beyond it? Like if you went out of past, then you're within, like, past is a concept of time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm wondering what is past. I mean, it's a concept and you just move on.
Well, it's not your future thoughts and emotions. I'm sure you can do that too. Hopefully in the future you have less thoughts and emotions though. So
yeah, there was that quote from Gary that future, how did it go? Future is all possibilities not yet actualized.
yes. But with, so if you're looking at, okay, future is all possibilities actualized, the past is the possible, like the things that you have solidified.
Okay.
Your past is what's real and true. You couldn't possibly change your past. You can't go back in time and change things, right? Except every time you go to an access class and then you have the weirdest ass dreams ever for the 3 or 4 days of class and you don't know what's going on.
Wow, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Other question? Or is that? Go ahead, Spanish.
I'm back. Okay, so the question from the participant is that she's just starting with the body process facilitator. So she would like to, this process she hadn't done yet, and she wants to know how she can offer this process, or to have some suggestions on how to start offering the class, to have some clarity about how to, I guess, to prepare it, to launch it, or to get to know, to let people know about the process.
Do you say, hey, I'm doing this, want to come? I mean, how you create the classes is how you do it. I mean, I think you just have to see what works for you. There's not really a set way of going about it. And so, all you have to really do for the class is hand out the one sheet and make sure people run the process, in the actual class, facilitating wise. We also have, if you go on the Ning, there's a a body process facilitator handbook kind of thing that you guys can look at too. That should give you some more information. Correct, Tanya? Yes, no, we did that, right? Okay. I'm just like, I think we did that.
There's the body process manual that they can hand out as well. So that little manual that they can insert the one sheet into, and the body diagram is there as well. And then there's also a facilitator manual, which is a separate thing, kind of like the commerce pages that you get as well. Yeah.
Cool. So there's those two things. And then I think I think you just have to like look at how you would want to create the class and what works for you and ask questions. You can do it. It could just simply be, hey, everyone, I'm doing a body process class. Who wants to come and change your body? And, please realize, like, so many people, like outside of Access, well, even within Access, they like to know, well, what am I going to get from this? You can always just ask them a question. Well, what would change for your body if you came to receive this process? You don't have to give them an answer. You can just ask them a question. Andrew, can you talk about X-Men and emotions? X-Men don't have emotions, so they don't do thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So that's not really, there's nothing really to talk about with X-Men and emotions. They just go, when people emote, they're like, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense to them. Embodiment does not necessarily mean locked in the body, right? No, embodiment means that, like, embodiment is not just you have a body, it's also this entire reality. But, please keep in mind any point of view you have locks into your body. So, is the body created from past emotions and thoughts? So can this process change your body totally? I have totally have a lightness from running this process. Well, your body, you created your body, how you created your body, how many past thoughts and emotions are you using to create your body? Ew, everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh, that's so terrible. So how many past thoughts and emotions are you using to create your body? Everything that is times a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So how many past thoughts and emotions are you using to create your body? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh God, that's terrible. Yes, Annette.
Hello.
Hi.
I am curious. I'm looking in the manual, and there is also this process of elimination and eradication of embodiment of all past thoughts and feelings, and they have different positions. So then I got curious. Oh, okay. Feelings and emotions, what's the difference?
Feel like emotions are the lower harmonic of being, feelings are the lower harmonic of perceiving.
Okay. So that's explain these processes doing different things. Thanks.
Yes. So they're, obviously thoughts, feelings, and emotions all have a similar energy to them as their lower harmonics, but they're all doing slightly different things. And emotions are, like, gosh, what I'm trying to think of, like, there's like people have an emotional outburst or something, like tears. Their emotions, they're just overwhelmed by their emotions. They have feelings about them afterwards, or feelings, you have feelings. Oh, I feel like I just don't like them, or I feel like you just don't like me. You wouldn't say the same about emotions.
Okay, thank you.
Andrew, for example, like if somebody comes and they have like a complaint with their body, and they say, example, like the lady that I was just facilitating about herpes or whatever. So what I do is I open the manual and I ask, body, what would you like to have? And then I go with my awareness. So this is what I suggest they do if they have something, but I don't promise healing. I tell them, I don't know if you're gonna heal or no. You have to ask your body. So what do you
Well,
do?
the processes have nothing to do with healing. They have to do with the awareness.
Can you say more?
Sure. The point of all of access is to create more awareness. So it's like once you have awareness of what your choices are creating, you can change your choice. So the healing comes about as a side effect of you making a different choice. The same thing occurs with your body. It's like once you stop doing things that are creating dysfunction or disease for your body, it can heal.
Okay.
But you're just doing some, like you running the processes is designed to create more space and awareness, not necessarily heal. The healing is a side effect of becoming more conscious.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What else do we have? Can this bring up abuse? And if so, and if so, can you offer suggestions on how to facilitate people that it comes up, if it comes up? I'm sure, thoughts and emotions can be abusive. So, it could. I think, what do you do at, like, trying to give you specific examples of how I would facilitate is a little difficult because it's a hypothetical scenario. One thing I would always recommend doing is, you don't, like, when people have those things coming up, just keep expanding out, ask to be more space and expand out again and expand out again and just keep expanding out. And then, please realize there's nothing you have to do for those people. A lot of times people want to try and make it better, and like go into it. But the point is the body process that you're running is they're finally letting go of these things. And that's, why they're having this stuff come up. So just be there with them, be there for them and be space. You don't have to, add in extra facilitation unless they, it's something they require. Yes, and the abuse MP3 is great.
Andrew, this is Julie. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm passing this along from someone that has taken some of my body process classes, and then she also had a recent 3-day body class. So she noticed, and we kind of both noticed, that during some of the processes, because we get together for personal trades too, but some of the verbal clearings with the body processes will say, will you destroy and uncreate it all? And then other ones just run the clearing without asking if you'll destroy and uncreate it all. And I'm wondering, is there kind of a reason for that, or do you have more information on that, or maybe did it just not get typed in before the clearing statement, or what?
Sometimes they just do, like everything that brought up POC and POD, or they'll just do, I could say like something sharp or snarky, like, oh, you've never had any emotions before. And then I could just go right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and youngs. So it's just a slight difference. I don't think it's.
Yeah,
anything.
I was kind of asking about like some specific of the one sheets that we use during class, like for example, trifold sequencing systems. The first verbal clearing that goes with that happens to ask, will you destroy and uncreate it all? And the second verbal clearing doesn't. So I just, again, I didn't know if there's a reason for that or.
No, it's probably, please realize a lot of those are copied and pasted and they're not gone through by someone who's OCD'd. The OCD.
Like me.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I was wondering, maybe it just didn't get typed or whatever.
It's probably just how it was originally, whenever that clearing was written out originally, and then it just probably got copied and pasted, future forward kind of thing.
Okay, and then so a second question she asked me regarding that was in her doing like clients, like as a practitioner, she didn't know if like if they're not familiar with Access, if she should run these in her head while she runs the process, or if that wouldn't do anything, just ask if they can receive the process and only run those out loud, or anyway.
Well, I mean, please realize the body processes are a process in and of themselves. You don't necessarily have to do the verbal clearings. The verbal clearings are just there, as support and more information, but not like a necessity that needs to be run every time.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. I'll give her that. So,
and then, she can do whatever. Like, you don't have to, once the body process is running, you don't have to do anything else. It's okay for you not to have anything going on and just being the energy of the body process and see what that facilitates.
okay, thanks.
Yes, Sarah. Oh, you went away. Did that answer your question?
I think.
Oh, there you are.
Hi. Because when I took the 3-day body class, some of them, they tell you to do the clearing. If there's a question, you have to do it before you start the process. And some of them say no. So I just want to, if you can clarify that for me.
You do not. The only thing you need to do to run the body process is say the name of the process and the clearing statement. That's it.
That's it.
Elimination and eradication of all embodiment of all past thoughts and emotions run. POC and POT. That is it.
Okay,
The verbal clearings are there, either because when the broad process came out, the verbal clearing came out with it, and so we put it there, or to assist, in like one, if the process doesn't seem to be running, you can use the verbal clearing and maybe that will clear the energy to where the people can receive the process more. But it's not something that's like definitive, like, oh, if there's a verbal clearing, you need to do this before running the process. That is not true.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. I think I had another question here. Okay. Could it be that the body asks for this process, but the infinite existence does not choose it? So you're saying the body's asking for it, but the being doesn't want it? Yes, totally. The body could ask for something and the being could not want it, so just be aware, ask the body what it's willing to receive. You can ask the being what it's willing to receive and, see. I mean, you've never had a body process running and you don't like it, do you? Or you want to resist it? No, Bina says never. Okay, well, only you. Everyone else has surely not had that either, I'm sure. So, what was I saying? What was my, wait, Betsy wrote in. How many past thoughts and emotions are you using to create your body? Everything that is times a Godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9, shorts, boys, and beyond.
Andrea, I have a sensitive question. So, like with
Okay.
chicken for the crown and perineum, initially in the first 3-day body, when I first came to Access, like for me, that process created a lot of like shit in my world until I started to receive more and more of it, and now I don't have a point of view about it.
Well, I mean, if someone was creating shit running that process, I don't think they're touching your perineum. I think they were touching something else.
No, and not
Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. Yes, I mean, obviously, part of why the body processes have like crown and like sacrum or pubic bone or perineum is because that's an area of our body where is highly judged as, private. Like people aren't supposed to touch it. Like you're not supposed to touch it. Someone else isn't supposed to touch it. So what do those points of views create? Do they create like a sense of lightness with your body, or do they create a sense of heaviness and wrongness and judgment?
Heaviness and wrongness and judgment. Like thank God the facilitator that was there was Dr. Matis, because he held the space for me, but I was like a hawk for when it came for my son. So like in these situations, and have like, for me, this, like, as a facilitator, I'm asking, okay, it is correct. We don't want to have these points of view. However, then there's the law. So for
Well,
children,
then just go with what's easy, besides running crown, anything that's run crown and as discussed in class, crown and perineum, you could also run crown and sacrum or crown and pubic bone.
instead of the perineum, sacrum or
Yeah.
pubic bone.
Yeah, do crown and pubic bone or crown and sacrum. Or
Okay.
just touch the person where, is where they're not going to be upset about it, or can handle it. It's fine. The body process will run, and just like, please realize the locations that Gary gives are where he has found, like the energy runs the most, or the process brings up the most change or possibilities. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's not the only place where it can run, so if you have people that are really uncomfortable with it, they don't have to you don't force them to run it. You could just have them run it in other, like on the sacrum or whatever.
Oh, that's why I'm asking, because until now I didn't have the balls to have a class with crown and perineum. I'm being vulnerable here. So this is why I'm asking, like, what do you do in this situation? And like,
Well, but also when you have points of views about it, then you're definitely going to get the people that also have points of views about it.
okay.
So if you're like, oh my God, I can't see people doing this. This is like, it's so weird and it's unacceptable. And like, I know I was uncomfortable when it started. So I know other people will be uncomfortable when they started, because like, but that's all the energy, like that's the energy you're putting out there. That's the energy you're creating. Then people will show up that have that same thing.
That's why I'm asking about this, because
Well, yeah, but just go, okay, this is where you could ask someone to facilitate. You go, okay, everywhere I have a point of view about crown and perineum, POC and pod.
that is working.
Yes, I understand. I see that. So you can just keep going everywhere I have a point of view about crown and perineum, POC and pod. Well, it's more just your perineum. Everywhere I have a point of view about touching people's perineums, POC and pod. How many lifetimes did you love to touch people's perineums, and now you don't want to acknowledge it? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Every lifetime in which you were a perineum pervert, will you, everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
My son never attends any of these. He's here for this one. So it's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what the plural of perineai, I guess. I guess the plural with perineums. I don't know what it does. It get? Is it one of those words that gets an I to it? When it becomes plural, or maybe it's like, like animals when they get together, they're like, you have a gaggle of geese, or you have, a flock of birds. Maybe there's like a term for a group of perineum together too.
Perineum or Pyrenees?
Pyrenees, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's EA. Perineum.
Perineum. Oh, that's even. Thank you for the perineum. There you go.
Paranoia.
When you put your perineum together, they become perineum. Yes.
Andrew.
Oh. Yeah. Well, wait. Let's go. Let's finish go first, and we'll get to you, Patty.
Okay.
Hi. It's a question from the Spanish chat, and they're referring to a process that is kind of similar. So the process is about thoughts and feelings, and the other one is feelings and emotions. So
Nope,
no,
it's thoughts and
thoughts and
emotions.
emotions. Yes, sorry. Yeah. So the process is thoughts and feelings, and the other one is thoughts and emotions. So being
Yes.
that there are two different processes, are they offered in separate classes, or can they be taught as a single class for both, teaching both processes in the same class? So that's the question.
So, I mean, if you wanted to do a full day of processes, you could do thoughts and feelings and thoughts and emotions, and really kick people, double a dosage of their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. If you wanted to do that, you just have to make sure the class is, 6 to 8 hours long. So it's those two processes, and you charge the minimum price for 2 body processes. But I think that's a great idea. I mean, but it might be too much for people, losing all their thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Geez, what would they do? All right, Patty.
Okay, this was just a comment on the crown and perineum processes. In my very first 3-day body that I took, which was many years ago, you could do it skin to skin, or you could also do it over the clothes, which felt less invasive to some people. So, I mean, but I've also done it crown and sacrum. So I just thought I'd throw that out as another possibility. Yeah.
Yep. What else do we have here? Can you explain the difference between feelings and emotions? Feelings are lower harmonic of perceptions, emotions are lower harmonic of beings. So if you emote to prove you are being something, you don't, feelings are about, like how you regard in sensing. So how many past thoughts and emotions are you using to create your body? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and then create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Andrew, I have a question from the Portuguese.
Yes. You need to get close. You feel very far away from your mic.
What is happening? Okay, here you go. Better?
Yes.
Better? Okay. So I saw a post on the Creative Edge where Gary talks about shrink the area of your body. What? Encolher a zona do corpo criador. When you shrink that zone of your body, it creates pain. Can you talk about what is that area of the body? Does it have to do with other cells' bodies?
The zone of, I don't know, like I need to see this post. And everyone on the English Zoom is saying that you need to scoot closer to your English computer so we can hear you on English and not use, is that mic, is the mic you're using for your headphones the Spanish one or the English one?
No, this microphone is for the English one.
Okay.
Maybe it's not working. How about now?
You sound better for some reason, I don't know. But you still seem like you're
and these are new
somewhat far away, but it's fine. I can hear you. They're just
okay.
But for whatever Gary posted, I don't really know because I haven't seen the post. So like I need the direct information before I can even kind of give you some stuff. When you shrink your body's zone, you got into pain. Well, sure, but pain is just always, pain is always due to, something you're resisting. Pain is just an awareness that you're resisting or avoiding. So, and like what Gary said, it's just a statement. So expand your zone, expand out. Don't shrink down. And when you go into pain, you choose to refrain from being alive. Yep. Sounds about right. Okay. Was there another person that had a question? I miss any. Okay. Other questions about your past thoughts and emotions? They're all gone? Oh no. Well, the nice thing is they might be gone for now, but tomorrow there will be more because you'll have, yesterday's.
Andrew, somebody, I don't remember which facilitator said this. Like after body processes, it's better to get your bars run. Is that correct?
I mean, it's a good idea.
But is it?
Is it to get your bars run? It's always, I mean, I think, you could pretty much say it's always a good idea to get your bars run and just leave it at that. But sure, I mean, the body processes bring up a lot of stuff. And so having like the 3-day body class or a body process class changes lots, and what do the bars do? They instantaneously integrate things for you. So sure. Do you have to? No. Is it necessary all the time? No. Ask your body. Okay. Yes, you can do restructuring at the end of the processes.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it doesn't compensate. Like it's not because like my interesting point of view is if I had a body process, it doesn't eliminate the need to have the bars. I can have like, right.
Bars dissipates the electrical charge, and the points of views you have around any thoughts, feelings, and emotions. The body processes start eliminating the things you've locked into your body.
Okay.
Which bars can do that too if you unlock the points of views that you did, but they're not the same thing. So no.
Thank you.
If they were the same thing, we would just have bars. Why would we wouldn't be doing, have all these wonderful body processes if it could be handled with bars.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a question from the French. Could you say more about the restructuration of bodies at the end? Is it preferable to always do it?
There's no always do. You ask the body. So just ask the body, Lots of times I don't do it. Some of the times I do. It just depends. Like body restructuring. Yes, no, okay. Go with what's light. Ask a question. Yes, Spanish.
I think you kind of answered the question because the question was, being that this process is for elimination and eradication, would it really make sense to restore, to do restructuring of the bodies after eliminating and eradicating?
Gary said you don't have to do, I've heard Gary say you don't have to do restructuring after elimination and eradication processes. I've heard Gary say you don't have to do restructuring after the IEE processes. I've heard, so just ask the body. It's really easy. I don't have, if you want an answer, then make your own answer and stick to it. I always just ask the body. It's very easy that way. And it's not like if you get a no and you still do it, that their head's going to explode or something. It's fine. And if you always want to restructure people, that's fine too. No heads have been exploded from restructuring of bodies. Hey, and if you're restructuring their body, it shouldn't explode anyways, at the least, because you're restructuring it. So it should implode or something, not explode. Yes, yes. Susie said in the SE class, yes, that I would just did that rules are for people unwilling to be aware. So there you go. If you don't want to be aware, follow rules. Make your own rules. Or you could just ask a question. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Tanya, what are our dates for, we were good, right? We did April already. We have the process and the dates. Okay, so the process is initialization, activation, and exponentialization of humanoid organ configuration. And it's April 20th at 1 p.m. Pacific. Yes, it's a very good process.
I'm sorry, Andrew, April
20th.
20th at 1 p.m.
20. Yes.
Thank you.
What else do we? I think that's the only thing. There's no ABCs yet announced. Do we have any other, Betsy, is there any other global things that people need to be aware of?
Nope. Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you all next month, April 20th at 1 p.m. Pacific about, organ configuration. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Thank you, translators.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Andrew, translators. Bye.